Bienvenidos. Welcome to Spanish. In this first lesson, we will learn some basic phrases for greeting another person and introducing yourself. We have several different ways of saying hello in Spanish, depending on who you're talking to and what time of day it is. We use hola in a less formal situation. If you are in a more formal situation, perhaps when in a store or with your coworkers, you would use one of the following. Buenos dias literally means good day, but it is really only used in the morning, and so it is best translated as good morning. Buenas tardes is used in the afternoon or early evening. Buenas noches is used at night, either as a greeting or a goodbye. It is important to note that we have buenos dias, but buenas tardes and buenas noches. You will learn more about noun gender later, which will explain the difference. For now, you will want to memorize the phrases. Asking how someone is doing is just as important in Spanish as it is in English. We use ¿Cómo estás? To ask how someone is feeling. This is informal, so you would use this form to ask a friend or someone you are comfortable with how they are doing. Later, you will learn more about formal versus informal language, and you will learn how to ask someone in a more formal situation how he is doing. Also, notice that in Spanish, questions have question marks on both sides of the sentence, with the first one being upside down. The same occurs with exclamation points. Now, depending on how you are feeling, there are a variety of ways you might answer the question ¿Cómo estás? The most basic are the following. If you are doing well, you might answer Estoy bien. If you are not doing very well, you might use Estoy mal. For both of these, you can insert muy, which means very for emphasis. So, estoy muy bien means I'm doing very well, and estoy muy mal means I'm doing very badly. If you find yourself somewhere in the middle, you can use the phrase así así, which means so-so. Now we will learn how to ask for someone's name and how you might respond to that question. Once again, we will learn the informal way of asking for a person's name. You might use this when speaking to someone who is of a similar age and position, or with a child. We say, ¿Cómo te llamas? To ask for a person's name. Literally, we are asking, what do you call yourself? There are a few ways to answer this question. They all basically mean the same thing. We could say, me llamo, which means I call myself. We could say soy, which means I am. Or we could say mi nombre es, which means my name is. Each one would simply be followed by your name. Here are some examples. Me llamo Carolina. Soy Juan. Mi nombre es Pablito. Finally, we are going to learn the informal way to ask where a person is from. To do this, we ask, ¿De dónde eres? To answer, we say, soy de, which means I am from. You can follow this with any location. You might say the city, the state, or the country you are from. Here are some examples. Soy de Baltimore. Soy de California. Soy de Miami. Soy de Colorado. To say that you are from the United States, you use los Estados Unidos. So, soy de los Estados Unidos. To review, there are several ways to greet another person in Spanish, depending on time of day and the person to whom you are speaking. We use hola to greet a person who is familiar, whereas we might use buenos dias, buenas noches, or buenas tardes with a co-worker or a boss. To ask how someone is doing, we use ¿Cómo estás? We learned a variety of ways to answer that question, depending on how you are feeling. To find out a person's name, you use ¿Cómo te llamas? As